Kuki Inpi Manipur declares political boycott in Manipur Assembly, a turning point in Kuki Zo struggle. Explained by Zalengam Media. Dated July 6, 2025. Lamka, Zalengam Territory. In a landmark declaration that signals a major shift in the political trajectory of the Kuki Zo people, the apex tribal authority Kuki Inpi Manipur, KIM, has issued a powerful Office Memorandum effectively boycotting participation in the legislative process of the Manipur State Assembly. Dated July 5, 2025, and circulated across all major Kuki Zo institutions, this resolution marks an unambiguous break from a state system that the community deems exclusionary and unjust. This bold decision, unanimously adopted in a joint meeting of KIM and its federating bodies on July 4, sends a resounding message not only to the government of Manipur, but also to the wider Indian establishment that the Kuki Zo people will no longer be complicit in a governance structure that has, in their eyes, failed to protect their lives, land, and liberties. The resolution. A collective political mandate. The Office Memorandum. Reference No. 1. KIM. Edim. OM. 22-3-25. Opens by stating that a special joint session was held at the KIM Conference Hall, Bijong, Lamka, on July 4, 2025. The meeting brought together all arms of KIM, including Kuki Students Organization General Headquarters, KSOGHQ, Kuki Kanglai Lompi General Headquarters, KKLGHQ, Kuki Christian Leaders Forum, KCLF, Kuki Women's Union General Headquarters, KWUGHQ, Kuki Women Organization for Human Rights General Headquarters, KWOHRGHQ, Kuki Chiefs Association Manipur, KCAM, all district units of Kuki Inpi and heads of departments under KIM. Together, these bodies unanimously resolved two pivotal decisions. 1. None of the 10 Kuki Zo MLAs shall participate in the formation of any new government in the state of Manipur. 2. Under no circumstances shall the Kuki Zo people compromise their ancestral land, culture, identity, or political, social, and economic rights. These resolutions are not mere policy choices, they are declarations of intent and identity, rooted in a historical context of alienation and dispossession. Breaking political ties with the Manipur state. By declaring that no Kuki Zo member of Legislative Assembly, MLA, will take part in forming a new state government, Kuki Inpi Manipur has essentially announced a political disengagement from the Manipur state apparatus. This comes at a time when Manipur remains in deep ethnic turmoil, with Kuki Zo areas and Meitei-dominated valley regions locked in a prolonged standoff since the outbreak of ethnic violence in May 2023. The 10 Kuki Zo MLAs, who were democratically elected and form a significant legislative bloc, have been caught between the expectations of their constituents and the indifferent, some say, hostility of the state government. Despite numerous pleas to the union government and constitutional authorities, there has been no lasting solution or assurance of justice for the Kuki Zo people. This resolution gives voice to that growing sentiment of disillusionment and betrayal. KIM's move ensures that these legislators now align themselves exclusively with the aspirations of their people and not with a legislative body that, according to the resolution, has failed them. A call to defend land, culture, and identity. The second clause of the memorandum states, "Under no circumstances shall the Kuki Zo people compromise our ancestral land, culture, identity, and political, social, and economic rights." For the Kuki Zo people, land is more than territory. It is history, ancestry, and survival. From the hilltop villages founded by ancestral chiefs to the traditional land management system still practiced today, the land forms the heart of their identity. This clause reflects deep anxiety over attempts to redraw district boundaries, disband chieftainships, and impose external cultural dominance. It is widely believed among Kuki Zo leaders that these efforts are part of a systemic design to erase their distinct socio-political structure. By asserting an uncompromising stance, KIM is drawing a non-negotiable line in the sand. There will be no concessions on matters that strike at the root of who the Kuki Zo people are. a broad coalition of civil and traditional bodies. What makes this resolution especially significant is its unprecedented breadth of support. The Kuki Inpi is not acting alone. It is backed by the combined weight of student unions, women's bodies, religious leaders, traditional chiefs, and human rights organizations. This includes KSOGHQ, representing youth and students across the region, KKL and KCLF, which provide spiritual and moral guidance to the community, KWU and KWOR, voicing concerns of women and families affected by conflict, KCAM, representing the traditional chieftainship system that still governs land and village affairs, all district Kuki Inpi units ensuring grassroots implementation. Together, these institutions ensure vertical integration of support from village elders to urban professionals and horizontal consensus across clans, tribes, and regional divides. Rooted in recent history, the context of violence and displacement. Since May 3, 2023, Manipur has been engulfed in a full-scale ethnic conflict between the Kuki-Zo and Meitei communities. Over 200 people have lost their lives, with more than 60, zero displaced, most of them Kuki-Zo. Entire villages have been burned, churches and schools destroyed, and families rendered homeless in their own homeland. Despite clear evidence of targeted attacks, including from Meitei armed groups, the response of the Manipur state government has been widely seen by the Kuki-Zo community as biased and complicit. Security forces were either inactive or absent in several incidents where lives were lost and properties destroyed. Repeated appeals for central intervention, judicial investigation, and protection have yielded little more than temporary relief camps and unfulfilled assurances. Against this backdrop, Kim's resolution reflects the collective trauma and long-brewing anger of a people pushed to the edge. Steps toward political separation. Though the memorandum does not explicitly call for statehood or union territory status, its implications are clear. The boycott of Manipur's legislative process is in line with the May 2023 memorandum submitted by the 10 Kuki-Zo MLAs to the union government, demanding a separate administration. What began as a political demand is now becoming a popular movement, with growing calls for a distinct administrative arrangement that would allow the Kuki-Zo people to govern themselves free from what they call valley-centric dominance. The July 2025 resolution strengthens this position by making it binding on all Kuki-Zo elected representatives and organizations. This isn't just a political decision, it is an institutional command backed by the people. Enforcement and distribution. The resolution ends with a formal directive for strict adherence, in letter and spirit. It has been copied to 1. Kuki-Zo Council, KZC. 2. United People's Front, Kuki National Organization, UPF, KNO. Umbrella bodies representing armed groups under ceasefire with the Indian government. 3. Forum of 10 Kuki-Zo MLAs. 4. All federating and district units of Kuki Inpi. 5. Civil society and community organizations. This wide dissemination ensures that the resolution reaches every level of Kuki-Zo society, civil, political, and military. It also serves as a warning to any individual or group that might attempt to breach the consensus. What lies ahead? This resolution marks a decisive turn in the Kuki-Zo movement. It moves beyond protest into the realm of structured non-cooperation. It lays the groundwork for further institutional disengagement from the state of Manipur and may well be a precursor to full-fledged political reorganization. Already, calls for a Zalengam united homeland for the Kuki-Zo people across India, Myanmar, and Bangladesh are gaining traction, particularly among the youth. The July 5 memorandum may not use that terminology, but it resonates with that vision. At the same time, the Indian Union now faces a pressing dilemma. How long can a part of its citizenry be kept under a state government from which they are fundamentally alienated? Can democratic principles be upheld when an entire community boycotts the very institutions meant to represent them? Final thoughts. The Kuki Inpi Manipur's July 2025 resolution is not just a political memoir, it is a declaration of sovereignty, dignity, and self-respect. It reminds the world that while the Kuki-Zo people may be displaced from their homes, they are not displaced from their identity. While they may have been excluded from governance, they are not excluded from history. As this declaration spreads across Kuki Zo territories and resonates through the hills of Lamka, Mora, and Kangpokpi, it will be remembered as the moment when a people, bruised but unbowed, rose together to say, "Enough is enough." Published by Zalengam Media. This report reflects the Kuki Zo perspective on ongoing developments. Readers are encouraged to seek diverse sources for a holistic understanding of the issues in Manipur and the broader Northeast region.